Hi, my faith family. Doug Yglesias, your Deacon Candidate here. I pray you're all doing well. And today is Tuesday. It's our big day of voting. Some people are in a lot of fear and worry. I wanted to talk about that today. Make sure we dispel some of the myths of fear as Catholics, as Christians, because we have a hope. How we can show that hope and that love to other people, especially if you're voting today, be a light in the darkness. So a couple things. One, if you haven't seen this is really important. This is the faithful citizenship from the USCCB. It talks about us as Catholics. We have a responsibility, a moral responsibility, to be involved and vote. You know, God created you for such a time as this. And your input counts, not only in your immediate family, especially our country. So we need your input, but do it knowledgeably. If we run into people who are nasty and maybe say nasty comments, here's what Peter would say. And he was in a time of great difficulty, right? Great persecution. In 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, finally, you should all agree among yourselves and be sympathetic. Love the brothers, have compassion, and be self-effacing. Never repay one wrong with another, or one abusive word with another. Instead, repay with a blessing. That is what you and I am called to do, so that we inherit a blessing. Let's stick to that as Catholics, and let's be that light today, especially if you haven't voted yet and you're going out there. Be positive. And let's deal with the fear. Our trust is not in some president, whoever it is, whichever one gets elected. It's not in any government official. It's in God. We know He's in control, and so we trust in Him. We pray that we have eyes to see past the immediate. We pray for that. We pray that God is molding you, our faith family, to be fully who God created you to be, with wisdom and understanding, all those gifts of the Spirit. Paul is talking here, and he says in Colossians chapter 1, verse 9 through 12, and I want to leave you with this thought, and I want you just to maybe close your eyes and know that we here at the parish, this is what we're praying for you for. We so pray that you will find His will in your life. We have never failed to remember you in our prayers and ask that through perfect wisdom and spiritual understanding, you should reach the fullest knowledge of His will, and so be able to live a life worthy of the Lord, a life acceptable to Him in all its aspects, bearing fruit in every kind of good work and growing in knowledge of God. So we understand His will, and then we grow in His knowledge, and then we're able to put that knowledge into action and bear fruit, meaning that we're having good things come from this relationship with Him. And that we're fortified in accordance with His glorious strength. So God, our God is strong, and He will make you strong, with all power, always to persevere and endure, giving thanks with joy to the Father, who has made you able to share the lot of God's holy people, and with them to inherit the light. So here Paul's talking about the saints in heaven, and he's saying, yes, we will need to persevere. And they went through some severe crisis, right? People being Christians or being murdered in the streets, hung out and crucified in public, burned. And he's saying that may God give them the strength to persevere in that time with joy. Well, our God is strong, and He can give us that joy and that perseverance even through our time. And again, if we can bring people up by being the lover of souls that God puts on our heart, to love others, to sympathize with them, to forgive them. Sympathize doesn't mean that you have to believe what they believe. Maybe it's to feel sorry for where they're stuck, right? And just to love them where they're at. And be that example of light and hope. If we could just shed a little of that love that God gives us upon everybody we see today, what a difference, right? So that's our prayer for you. Be strong, be joyful, open to God's will for you. God bless you and have an awesome week and have an awesome Tuesday, and do not